Dan. So we are joined by Guilford County Schools Superintendent Dr. Whitney Oakley. We're talking about all things, topics, school safety, construction, budgets, deadlines, all of that kind of thing. You probably heard us still having some conversations as we were in the break, just because there's so much stuff to talk about. This specific question is about buses, since we just talked about it. Do you need to sign up for a bus if you have no changes?
So most schools don't. There are a few schools that are having everyone sign up. I think the safest thing to do is, if you're wondering if you should, you go ahead and fill it out. That way we have the most updated information, the most accurate information for that bus transportation. But individual schools where everyone needed to apply did a parent call and sent a letter. So those parents should be aware.
All right, so this is a two-part question with buses. Is the sign up for the bus for next year? The answer is yes.
Yes.
Okay, and then is this sign up for summer school also? So if their kids going to summer school this year?
So two separate things. So the May 30th deadline for transportation is for the 24-25 school year. Individual schools have sent invitations to summer school, and if a parent wants to register, they put on the bottom whether they need transportation or not, and that's how those routes are built. So the online applications for 24-25, individual schools will sign up students for transportation for summer school who need it.
So you need to get in touch with your school if your child needs transportation for summer school. Okay. This question is GCS considering expanding the virtual school to include high school?
We are not at this time. We don't receive additional funding for that or additional teachers for that. And we also have a wide range of online course options for high school students. There's also North Carolina Virtual Public School, and we have online courses that students are able to take. And so we will continue making sure students have access to online courses, but not have a separate standalone 9-12 high school.
Okay. Next question is, what is the future plan for Southern Elementary School?
So again, following the facilities master plan that was set out in 2019 and going in order, what that plan does say is that on the site of Sumner Elementary School, there will be a new construction, a new build, and that school will house students from both Southern Elementary and Allen J. Elementary. Again, that's farther down the line. We're not there yet, but it is in the facilities master plan.
All right, so this next question is kind of lengthy, but here's the gist of it. It's another like North Carolina lottery that says the North Carolina lottery brags about how much money the school systems get, and the school systems do get money. They say because of that, shouldn't they have enough money to pay for all the kind of the repairs and all the other kinds of things? So kind of let's put it in perspective. Your budget for the school is
Close to $1 billion, so in the 900 million range.
Okay, and so the money that you got from the lottery last year
is was $2 million, and it had to be used for capital. And we don't decide how we get to use the dollars. We're told how we get to use the dollars. And so I do think there's a misconception that there's piles of lottery funds that are going directly to schools. I think there's some pretty good information on the Education Lottery website about which counties actually get those dollars and how they're used. But we do not get a big lump sum of lottery dollars that we get to choose to use. And we could never use them for things like teacher salaries or something that we would have to predict each year, because the number changes each year and we're told how to spend it.
Gotcha. Okay. This person's asking, what is the voucher program passed by the NC legislation?
I mean, I think it's important to understand that private school vouchers are going to families that even make $200,000 a year to help them go to a private school instead of to a public school. I'm really proud that public education takes all students. We don't turn any student away. And there are some concerted efforts to unfund public education. We're sending more than $40 million to charter schools, and I personally believe that it's good for parents to have choice, and I'm glad that they have options, but it should not be at the expense of public education. If we had that $40 million, think of what we could pay teachers.
Okay. This person's saying, what's going on? Are there vape monitors up and running in schools?
They're currently in the process of being installed in our high schools, and just in terms of air quality, and they have detection systems on them, and those will be getting installed over the summer and in the coming months.
Okay, and so are these vape monitors going to be in all high schools?
Yeah. They will.
In the bathrooms, I'm guessing?
Yeah, in the high, we know, right, where things are more likely to happen, and it's during class transitions at hallway corners and inside and outside of restrooms, and so we're using that data to decide where at each school those get installed.
I know every year we talk about learning loss from COVID. Where are we with that?
So we'll see, right? So I think last year we saw gains in all subject areas for all student groups, but we're not back to where we were before. And I think it's going to take some time. So we're getting ready to take end of grade tests. We'll see what progress we make. It's usually September when we're able to report what we did the previous school year. I think it's important to manage expectations, though. This isn't something that we're going to overcome in 1 year or 2 years or 2 summers or 3 summers. Students are coming to kindergarten less ready, and so it's a battle that we're fighting. If we don't do things like fund tutoring, though, we can expect it to take even longer. So we've got some promising practices like the evening learning hubs at high schools, the individualized tutoring, but we have to get the funding to be able to continue those things.
And that's part of the budget.
And that's part of the budget.
We have just about a minute left. I know you have kids who are probably going to be taking EOGs or have taken EOGs. What is your recommendations for parents, especially with kids being kind of anxious about it?
Yeah, I think it is a snapshot in time. It's not going to be something to live or die by. You go, you do your best, you get a good night's sleep, you eat breakfast, you don't change your routine, you keep your routine. If you have a bedtime, stick to the bedtime. But the bigger a deal the adults make it, the more anxious the students get. And so just encouraging kids to do their best, speak positively, talk to them about how smart they are, because they are, and just making it a school day where you do your best and have a good breakfast and get a good night's sleep is the best advice that we can get. I think parents send us the very best they have every day, and we're proud of them for doing that. And we hope students do well. We're going to create the conditions for them to do well, and it's just one day in time.
That's a great perspective as a mom and as an educator as well. All right. Thank you for joining us, your time, your expertise, and answering all of those questions that came in. If you missed any of this, you can go back and watch it. It'll be in the Who Wants to Know section of our website.